established, along with directions not to repeat them. But allow me to acknowledge the officiating clergy and to thank them for accommodating us in this lovely church, this lovely facility. And as we are in the presence of the Lord, in the Lord's house, we will settle our minds and focus our attention on Him as our dearly departed brother. His life is celebrated. It took me as a shock, as I'm sure it would have taken all of you, when I heard the very sad news of the passing of Lennox Wesley Powell. I did not know his full name. I only knew him as Peter, as I'm sure all of you did. I particularly felt sad by this because Peter and myself were WhatsApp chat friends. So I don't know if he was only sending me WhatsApp like every morning, or if he did that as part of his routine. But I must be honest, I wasn't able to respond to everything that he said. But I used him as a good weather vane. In other words, just reading some of the things he would have said to me would have given me a better view of what was happening. But that just tells you the kind of person that he was. Though he was not physically fully able, it did not stop him. I think as we look back at his life and his contribution, I think we have to agree that Peter was a special person. Not possible. But I actually saw him for myself. And he was driving like any fully able-bodied person. Aside from his determination to live a full and normal life despite any disability, which was just supremely admirable. Because we all know that Peter is a laborite. Amen is sufficient. He was a supporter of the Jamaica Labour Party. Unapologetically so. And you know, that is the beauty of our country. As I stand at this pulpit, I'm doing so fully recognizing that I can't go too far in the things I will say. But it is important that as Jamaicans, we are able to freely associate and identify with our politics of choice. He says, "Good morning, Prime Minister." And I'm sharing our private conversations, and I'm sure he wouldn't mind. He said, "Good morning, Prime Minister. I went on the road this morning to service a tractor, and the road is full of people going about their business. I think it would be better to close the country from 5 p.m. to 6 a.m. daily instead of the whole day. Plus I see business people in deep rural areas are opening and even selling cash pot and doing other things while businesses in the town have to be closed. And after 2 weeks of lockdown, the numbers are still high. That was Peter sharing his perspective. And I will tell you something. I listened. That is how you stay in touch. That is how you get an understanding. Because sometimes, we are in Kingston, we are locked up in cabinet, we are discussing things back and forth. But, I am on the ground, yes, but I may not be in some deep rural parts where a different perspective prevails. We may be making policy and we think the policy is working a particular way, but it is not. And so we need people to give us feedback. We need our supporters, people who believe in the cause or not, to say to us, listen, what you think is going is not what is going. And so that is the value that we have lost in having someone like a Peter, who is not afraid to speak his truth to powerful people.
Yes.
And so I pay tribute to him today. I mean, if I could read another one, if you would permit me. He says, good morning, sir. Things are not going well on the ground. Real prices of local goods. Yesterday, steel prices went up by $10,000. So he was telling me this on March 8th, 2022, when we were in the height of the inflationary spike. He says fertilizers, chemicals, and seeds are out of reach. And he went on. But the good thing about him is that he understood the issues in a deep way. He says, you and I know that we have no control over international prices. That's what after listing out his grievances with the prices increasing, he said, Prime Minister, you and I know we can't do anything about it. International business that. But he went on. But I think that some large business owners are adding too much markup on their goods. That was Peter. And he urged me to get prices and inflation under control. And so I will miss our early morning messages because he sent me these messages very early in the morning. You get them too?
Yeah.
And I will miss having the eyes and ears of a conscientious, independent thinking supporter and patriot. I'm sure when Manayad speaks, he will express his own sorrow and grief in losing someone who was so integral to the constituency organization. But I stand here today as leader of the Jamaica Labour Party, paying my respect to a supporter, a member, a worker, an organizer, someone who truly had the party's interests at heart and who definitely had the country's interests at heart. I hail him as a good husband and father, a good family man, a good community man. I hail him as a servant of the people and a true patriot. May light eternal shine on his soul, and may we remember his contribution to building the community and the country. God bless you.